All right, people, here we go. We're live. We have audio. Yeah, so keep in mind a lot of those countdown videos, a lot of those intros, they're designed to buy me time because sometimes I'm juggling quite a few things. Right now, I was recently juggling feeding my outside raccoons. Gotta feed them. They love Oreos. I know. Just had to buy myself a little bit more time. So here's a quick objective. We're going to just get to some penciling with this. Really, I need to work on some of the forms. I need to kind of start grounding this out. But I do want to hit the inks. I was hoping to be a little bit further along, but I'm not. And the reason for that is because on Christmas Eve, I got hit like a demon with COVID. And I'm still battling COVID. And this is probably why there hasn't been like a lot of social media output from me, since the day before Christmas Eve. So, everyone, we're here. We got the guest of honor. The guest of honor is already in the chat. Okay. He is ready to go. Dude, no, dude, I'm thankful for you. We got the blue crescent right here. Such a very interesting design, very eclectic design, very challenging. This is a lot of what I like to work with. But no, dude, I am in all of you, dude. Your support, your enthusiasm towards my effort does, like, it deserves this. It deserves some legit attention, some legit love. The best thing I can do is a thank you in this manner. I wish you lived in Philly. Otherwise, we would just become drinking buddies really quick. So, like, and my overall intention with this is, like, I try and bring in a lot of a 90s flair with my overall, like, style, aesthetic, my proportions, the way how I lean my characters. Like, I always try and draw them with a 90s weight, if that makes any sense. This is also, I mean, this dude's got like a feather tutu. He's got a feather tutu. It's like, look, see, everyone? We got a little feather tutu. It's the wildest thing. And cheers. Even though it's Monday Night Draw and Claw, we're just drinking some of my Power Rehab water here. And that's it. No alcohol. Even though I was drinking, me and the babe earlier made some hot toddies. We were drinking some homemade hot toddies earlier, and we will be hitting the Speedball Ink with this, dude. Yeah, dude. Look, we're in. Yeah, yeah, dude. Like, dude, Philly is no joke. Philly is such fun drinking town. I've been like up and down the coast. Basically from one end of the country to the back. I've been to a lot of places, a lot of towns, a lot of alcohol, a lot of time spent in other places. Philly is one of the best, like, hangout party cities, which is why I don't want to leave. But no, so a little bit of this too is I'm using my second screen to correct what I feel like are some of my, like, proportions and weight. So I'm hoping to kind of do some, like, quick editing. And this dude has like a little bit of a like a speedball effect. If you're familiar with the New Warrior speedball, speedball later was used in Civil War as peasants, and he triggered Marvel's Civil War. A lot of people don't know that. That's a little known, I guess, like a little bit of a forgotten memory hole comic book fact. Yeah, so keep in mind too, this whole effort here is, it's not just like a thank you. It's also a little bit of a reminder to what we all have to do if we're going to break a little bit out of this cycle that we're in, because yeah, everyone seems to be sick of sequels and reboots, right? And a bunch of this like other stuff, like all these things, like it's like one side you have people liking the Matrix, and the other side you have people complaining that the Matrix, even Matrix Resurrections, even exist. And there are sides to both of those, but the real position though, it's that new ideas can conquer all. So we want Blue Crescent here to become a reality. We want Blue Crescent to become a real thing within early 2020. And look, I'm a guy that look, I push a lot, I grind a lot. I pretty much, dude, even today, even being COVID quarantined, like I'm fending off the 9 to 5. Okay, like there's my 9 to 5 leaves me very little personal time, and like that's by choice, because I can have another job if I wanted it. But at the same time, I just feel like I would have to deal with the same things. Okay, like no matter where I work, like I'll become a point guy. It doesn't matter. Okay, because I'm a person that takes responsibility and takes on challenges, and never surrenders and never gives up and works hard. But we want to use a lot of my resources to like inspire people, to get people kind of going, and to let these people know that things don't have to be perfect to go to press. Things don't have to be perfect the first time around. Things can fail, things can suck, things can be inconsistent for years until you find a rhythm within the like the realm of that creation. Okay, because it does take time. Developing a rhythm for your creation, and a like a voice, or like a little bit of just knowing what your own creation's formula is. Yeah, it can take a lot of time. It really can. So we kind of have like a double, like it's almost like a double V vest here. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to do like a little bit of a Marvel Cinematic Universe tag for the intersections of his costume, meaning like what the different colors are and things like that. And by Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean I'm just using that as a frame of reference, because I'm just adding like some seams and some lips to a lot of his uniform. Skull Diamond in the house. Sure, Skull Diamond. Skull Diamond. I'll send you a DM when I'm done this. Dude, my brother-in-law got me the coolest Iron Maiden stuff for Christmas. Blew my mind. I gotta show it to you. I'll show it to you. Yeah, dude. Like, look. So keep in mind. Um, I think right now, moving forward, if you want to get like a collaborative share folder together, we can work in Google Docs. I can, like I want to be active. I want to be able to help you. Period. Yeah, let's just, and maybe let's do some realistic things. Let's build a timeline. Let's do some of this stuff. Let's build maybe even like a budget, things like that. And maybe we can get a lot of these AKA patterns to pre-purchase. And here we go, the man himself, this freaking guy. I love it. You know what? Like this name over here. Okay, this freaking guy. He pisses me off. He pisses me off because he does so much. His stuff, the Steins, it looks so good. It just pisses me off because I want a like I just want my stuff to look as good as everything Mr. Lee here is like putting out. But no, everyone, dude, everyone coming by, thank you. You guys fucking rock. You really do. I love you all. I love you all. I really do. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, but and dude, we gotta Skull Diamond. Do you want to do a like another heavy saga like stream? Like I don't know if you wanted to, because you're like getting close, and I don't know if you wanted to like work on the page, and I can maybe like work on another uh piece of art for you, or like something like that. But I feel like we should just do like a heavy saga focused stream. Oh, well, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so some of these poses, they take the most time because they're tired, they're true, they're not new. It's hard to make them nuanced. It's hard to add anything to the conversation when it comes to a pose, when it comes to a guy standing on a rooftop. I have to be honest. Rooftop poses. Probably like at a wit's end for rooftop poses, and we have we're having equipment issues here because here we go. Okay, because I needed one of these, and I need this, and where is my? I can't find my Crow Quill pen holder. I bought a new one. I had to buy a new one. Right here. Everything's right here. Yeah, exactly. It's right here where I. So, like, keep in mind, everyone. Okay, so just to get a view, take a screenshot of this. This is literally everything you need. Maybe, like, we can add one brush. Let's just add one brush. Okay, everything you need to make nearly any type of comic you can imagine. Right here. Okay, add a ruler, add a rapidograph for your straight lines. It's not a lot of money to make comics. I think that's why I get pissed at people, including myself, when they don't finish comics. But yeah, we're going to jump into some straight up inking, and you guys are going to see a little bit of my process of breaking in a Crow Quill. Now, a lot of people ask me, Pete, when did you start inking? How did I learn to ink? You have a amazing website, Mr. DeLuca, Mr. AKA Pad. How can we? No, just. But no, I do get like the inking question a lot. Okay. I started inking relatively. I want to say I was 15 years old, and it was from a relative of mine who, my mother's sister, and she literally thought, very like super intelligent woman too, sweet, a little stern, like kind of like an aunt would be, because her children were older, and my mother, had the I mean, there was maybe 20-year difference between her kids and her sisters, meaning me, and so like her tolerance was a little bit different, but stern and loving. So there was one day she came over, and I was watching How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, the VHS that had Stan the Main Lee and John Buscema. I had it on VHS because Marvel Comics had this like mail away, and I mailed away for that, and I got Pride of the X-Men on VHS and a signed Stan Lee poster. It was Marvel's 30th anniversary universe poster, and I thought I still had the poster. I guess it got lost in the shuffle somewhere, which sucks because it's probably about like a $500 to $600 poster now on eBay. Oh, and there we go, and we have, hold up here, everyone. We have a complete mess. Give me one moment. AKA Patters, I'm back. I apologize. Sorry. Look, I got it all. I just had to clean it off. Because we want things to be pretty here. But yeah, so my Aunt Judy for Christmas one year um went to like the local art supply store, talked to like some kid, and he gave her like everything you would need to like draw comics. And it was Winsor and Newton brushes, like all this nice stuff. And ever since then, I've been using relatively like the same brand of brush, Winsor and Newton, since I was a young teenager. The same crow quills. I've experimented with different ink, but I settled on Speedball ink. I've been Speedball ink maybe since high school. And that's it. Like, that's how you learn some of the tools of the trade. All right, so let's see here, people. I'm just looking at my reference photo real quick. Let's get back to it. All right, and then, oh, here we go. Let me know. Yeah. Oh, here he is. Yeah, so everyone, I just told a little bit of a Stanley story. Juke joined over here. We got Stanuary cooking in the next couple days. I'm still fighting COVID. We're going to get through it. I can't, like, I'm quarantined, but Juke Journey and I, we're going to do a big Stanley push. And the crazy thing is, I do criticize Stanley's, the way how he borrows credit, steals credit, confuses credit. But every single day, we're going to have a new Stanley prompt, and we want all of you to join us. Yeah, like what you like? Would you want to color the original or digital? I'm probably not going to color this tonight because I'm treating it like physical comic book artwork. I could, I could like send this to you, bud. Okay, and that would be cool too. But yeah, I mean, right now the focus is to make this as hot as possible as a black and white. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, the struggle's real. Sorry to hear that, bud. Yeah, so this is like this is a part of like what I like about like indie comics. Like really what I think is like the power of indie comics. It's that this dude, like he has a cow, right? He has like a spawn cow, no cape. He's pink, blue, gray. He's got cybernetic fingers, has a jewel in his chest, and squirts bubbles out of his hands. Like this is the power of indie comics, everyone. Okay, it's just the idea that any idea is there, is relative, is real, and is valuable. And you do not. It's hard to get that in mainstream comics right now. Because there used to be this like sense when I used to go. I mean, tell me if I'm crazy. There used to be a sense of you would go into a comic shop and you kind of had this feeling that anything could happen. It was so exciting. Like it would just be like, any team up could happen, any type of story. During almost like the shock jock era when they were just like killing Green Lantern and the Flash, the Dark Knight, like all this stuff, right? Superman. Like there was a general excitement story wise that DC and Marvel were just not afraid to hold back. And that's I think a component of the 90s that people just they miss that when they analyze it, when they do the little analysis. And people, this is my first time drawing since getting COVID. I'll tell you though, dude. Like the worst thing with COVID is telling people you work with that you have it. Oh, and well, for me too, I had to like cancel Christmas with the family. We had so much planned for Christmas, and we had to turn it into a remote, Amazon device, Amazon Alexa driven Christmas. But my family really stepped up and made it fun, made it still made it special. So I do thank them. But yeah, we're designing this to be like a straight up comic book illustration piece. No holds barred. We don't slow down. Everything gets attention, focus, and detail. So if you guys hear the scratching, that is a good sign. That's a good momentum when it comes to inking. You want to hear a lot of scratching. You want to hear a lot of digging. Inking is physical above anything. It's a physical feat. You have to focus too. You have to kind of concentrate while you're inking. Yeah, and thanks for anyone coming by tonight. It just means a ton. And I wish I could do like a piece for like everyone that I know out there that supports me. Maybe someday I will, like, right? Because we're not just slowing down. We're picking up speed. We're speeding up the horse in 2022. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think there's a tactile authenticity that comes with traditional inking. Like I'm not saying that the digital stuff isn't quite there yet, but I just think like you can spot it a mile away, and too many people chase that digital, like traditional to digital nut. So it's like, well, if you're working digital and you're trying to recreate practical, then what the hell are you doing? Like, just work practical. You're spending more time trying to recreate what's natural. It's like the difference between working out and dieting and drinking like a Diet Coke. Like, you can drink a regular Coke if you just do the work and work out and diet halfway decently. Yeah, let's see here. Let's push some of this up. This deltoid, like cutting right into the bicep here. So we got ourselves an arm. Yeah, it's like, like that's what I mean. Like there's like, I just don't understand people who are digital. I don't fathom how they're not productive. Because I think I'm pretty quick when it comes to practical. If someone's digital, they should be drawing 4 books a month. Like there you go. Like it's really. Yeah, I'll be here until the end. Thank you for. If you don't agree with me, you're done. But no, like it's, and keep in mind, like it's personal. It's my personal preference. I do believe digital opens things up for people. Like when it comes to, I think people who might be less talented when it comes to the drawing side, which is fine because you might be a writer that, and you could kind of like, if you're a writer that could kind of draw, like digital art might be your solution, and like your book can get done, and you don't have to rely on an artist. So like I think those are some of the benefits for sure of digital. Digital art does enable more comics. Period. And we're going to try and push, like, we are going to round some of this, like, with the light source of his bubble power here. People, there you go. I just said bubble power. I mean, how do you not fucking love that? How do you not love that this guy squirts bubbles? Welcome to indie comics, where everything happens. All right, here we go. Nice, shiny medallion, I think, right? It's, yeah. I made it a triangle. It's supposed to be an oval. Motherfucker. Where's my editor? Shit. Yeah, and like this, to me, this is what Monday Night Draw and Claw is like really all about. It's really about us coming together, like using our resources and getting shit done. Like, fuck yeah, get it done. Like, I don't care. We live in a digital world. Like you can publish shit and hit a worldwide audience on on Amazon, Apple, Google. It's a pretty good list. And that's what we want. And when people talk about the negative side of social media, you got to put that in perspective. You have to, you have to consider that there's a pretty good upside to all of it too. And I know a lot of people want to get, they get frustrated with social media. They get locked into these endless conspiracies, which really is, I mean, it is prevalent. I mean, like, if you spend time on social media, you spend nearly as much time filtering through people's, like attention grabbing, low hanging fruit opinions than you do it with making like progress on things. But that's a part of it. I mean, like you gotta be good with that stuff. So here we go. So maybe I got to adjust his like his seam here, because it kind of goes down and then looks like it kind of comes this way. So maybe it's like a little bit like that. Yeah, dude, like it really is. Like, yeah, but dude, like it really, like, dude, I joined to promote my one of my most recent streams and Matrix videos, Facts or Facts, yes. Dude, like I joined like a couple Facebook Matrix groups because like, once I like it was just one of those things. I'm like, I never even looked that up. Like I never even looked up if there was like these groups that are still committed to the Matrix movies. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool because like I'm really big on the Matrix flicks, and there's just been a new movie. So like all this stuff. And I get excited because I'm naive as fuck. And the groups are madness. It's just madness. It's like people who don't know anything are just like going on, and you kind of play devil's advocate, and you be nice, and you try and like ask for clarity or have things like explained, or kind of like even if it's like if you're calling people out and you're doing it in a cordial manner, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really don't. And dude, like they'll just mute you. You just get muted. So then it's like, well, what good was that interaction? The interaction kind of went like nowhere. And it's so fucking weird. Like the only thing they want to do is they just want like confirmation bias. It's literally madness. Just like, man, like and it kind of makes you understand why people say Facebook groups are the absolute worst. I kind of agree. I really do. Even like the how to draw comic groups. Dude, Henry's back. What's up, dude? Everyone, Henry's the main, by the way. Okay, when Henry is in the chat, that's it. The chat's over. He'll be dropping bombs for the rest of the fucking broadcast, which is why I love him. But yeah, and it's like Facebook groups are the absolute fucking worst when it comes to learning how to draw too. Because those ones, I would be a part of those groups, and people would just like post desperate ways for like shortcuts. They'll just be like, I need someone to teach me how to draw. How'd you guys learn how to draw? And it's like, fucking moron. Like, I don't know. I fucking gave up like one half of my life to learn to do this shit. Like, I didn't fucking have like any type of chat group that I could like cry to about shit. I just fucking learned with some grit. So here we go. So like we're getting there. Like I think this is because like when we draw characters, like you want to identify. You always want to quickly identify what's the character. We call them tags. This is an old animation old animation term. You tag your character. This means that if you see your character in the silhouette, you can identify them. So for Blue Crescent here, it's the spawn like cow. This has a name, I forget the name, but it's like the cow, the feathers. He has like a swimmer's body, And like that's it. We don't have a lot to tag this character with, but I feel like we're there. Yeah, Facebook groups are hell. Everyone, CB has been killing it at his anthology. CB, can you put the link of the Facebook group in there? I'm about 3 pages slow in updating the group, but I'm reaching like the final of my Wildcat story, and it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. But CB and I, we got something very cool coming to everyone. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and look. Juke joint. All you can always DM me if you're like trying to work on something, and if you need like general like what the general approach should be if you're trying to figure something out. Okay, that's a lot of drawing. A lot of drawing is figuring out the approach. Okay, that approach is like your internal philosophy that to how you think something should look. Yeah, but like, come on, we love it. Monday Night Draw and Claw gang is strong. But yeah, so tagging characters is absolutely essential when it comes to character design. I kind of feel like too is that like do you guys feel like that's a missing art? Like, do you guys feel like characters no longer exist via silhouette? Because that used to be the absolute standard when it came to character design. Like, if you did a character for Marvel or DC, if they didn't exist as a silhouette first, like you were like fucking like fired. Like, get into my office. Like, why? Because you're fucking fired type shit. I feel like it has. I don't know the last time I saw a comic book character design that came from one of the major twos. That number one wasn't like an iteration, which we don't like. Meaning it's a play on something we've already seen. Uh yeah, and that's like solely kind of like unique to where you're just like, fuck, man, like I wish I came up with that. And that's the other big thing about the 90s. There was such an emphasis on character design. You like people would talk about it in interviews. It never comes up anymore. Like never. And they try and make some of the newer stuff iconic. You know, like Captain Marvel, they trying to wedge Captain Marvel into the zeitgeist, into the lexicon. For what reason? Like what? Why? Like her costume, her look, like it never caught on. It never caught on, and it didn't catch on with a movie. It just didn't. And that doesn't mean it doesn't have merit. I think it does. I think the design overall is good. It's creative. I think it works, but it's not Green Lantern level. It's not trial by fire level. So, like, we're getting there. We're getting there. Also, keep in mind too, I dirty my drawings up, meaning they're kinetic. There's energy to them. There's baby details. There's movement. I just like my shit to look alive. I like it to have a little bit of grit. And that's really because, you know, I am a child of the 90s. Okay. Like, I grew up in that era. I grew up defending that era to how quickly bad information circulated about the 90s, like bad perception. You know, like late books mean nothing when it comes to the 90s. Comic shops and comic purveyors had so many other problems when they closed shops that comics were meaningless. You know, one of my favorite comic shops growing up was savvy enough he backed out. He stopped distributing comics or selling comics after Marvel went exclusive with Heroes World. Like, he backed out, stayed in business for like another like 20 fucking years. So, bad businessmen went out of business during the 90s. Like, that's it. People that were in the get it quick fucking attitude. Like, what do you want? You're honestly going to tell me Deathmate Red tanked the comic industry because Deathmate Red was fucking late? No. Here we go. Spawn and Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate were all... Dude, I grew up absolutely loving Doctor Fate. I love Doctor Fate so much growing up. The superpower action figure, the yellow, the bright blue. When I created my character over 5 years ago. Yeah, dude, like, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, the colors are great. Blue Crescent's colors are fantastic. 94 XD, yes. Yeah. Yeah, dude, like, look, let's keep this up for a little, because painting is painting is practice and like composition. I used to do a lot of painting, and believe it or not, when I was learning comic book artwork and comic book style, I did more painting than I did comic book artwork. I thought that was the path that would give me a little bit of an edge when it comes to like understanding form, understanding texture. I think painting definitely helped when it comes to inking, because like, again, like, inking is nothing but texture. That's why inking is the lost secret art form. You are controlling texture, you're creating texture. You have to sell wood, concrete, everything through a pen nib. Yeah, and sometimes brush. And I just feel like if I didn't go on the run of painting, mostly like a lot of watercolors, I don't think I would have understood as much would it clicked when I finally committed to traditional inking. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Okay, guys? That's it. I'm sticking to it. But no, dude, like, it's important, and juke joint, like, you have to understand that the discipline of painting will lead to other avenues, but you have to like fully commit. You have to fully commit to like painting. Yeah, and that, so CB, dude, CB, this is why we gotta do streams, because you do have a nice embedded knowledge. I always like what you said. I like what you said last time you were on. The move from the spinner racks was criticized, and there's a lot of documentation on the press criticizing that. Okay, and that is completely gone down the memory hole. But you, CB, you're right. Yeah, yeah. And keep in mind with gouache, you can because gouache is like this middle between acrylic and watercolor. You can add and subtract with gouache, meaning you can work through subtraction, or you can work through dark. Okay, gouache is a very much underrated avenue. I would recommend gouache only, to be honest. Yeah, character that uses bubbles as his superpower. She gave me the spark, and I can't say no to her. No, dude, like, that's a part of it, man. Like, Crescent Blue is your guy. He's connected to the DNA of your life. I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Um, like, can you consider like some of those accounts, like some of the accounts that leaned on comic book sales, and you would get like a pop, and then just to have like that account go away, like if you were like a salesman, like you literally would have no money that next month. So like there's real repercussions to some of these moves. 1,000%. Yeah, yeah, the versatility. Yeah, gouache. I would really commit to gouache, dude, and give that a go. Maybe starting in February, because we got Stain Lee Stainuary coming up. But no, everyone. Late comics. Like, what does it matter if a comic book's like? Here's the logic. Let me let me explain the logic to you. Okay. What do I have? Do I have anything like around here? I usually always do. Okay, here. Just for an example, this is also a book I'm currently absolutely obsessed with. The Marvel Edge run. I don't know if you guys remember Marvel Edge. Okay, Joe Quesada did the absolute best Chromium covers too in the '90s. He did this, Ninjak, Exo War. He did one for Ash. His fucking Chromium covers are so fucking legit. But you're gonna tell me that, let's say you ordered like enough of this book to make your month's rent. Okay, so you're going to sell about $2,000 worth of this book, and this book ships a month late. Like you're telling me, you're actually telling me that like you go out of business because you're still going to sell the book. When you get this book is still going to sell through. It's going to sell out in your shop. Like these late books don't disrupt the cash flow of a comic shop. It doesn't. They're still, if people want this and they come into your shop and you don't have it, they're still spending money. They're still, the hype and the demand is still commanding foot traffic. So whatever. Like, no one brings that fucking point up. It pisses me off. Here we go. Hold up. I saw. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look. You're not going to sell 8 million for every single number one book all the time. Like, the industry even knew there was a spark. Yeah, Alex. So Alex Ross. Oh, does he really? I think you told me that. I think you mentioned that before. Yeah, I love Alex Ross's technique to how he starts with the black and white, and he uses gouache, and he builds up the colors from that black and white. I'm a huge Alex Ross guy. Yeah, exactly. So there is, look. This is kind of good. This is like a really good fucking like conversation here. That's a part of economics, right? Economics isn't just one factor. If anyone tells you the cause and effect of something is one factor, they're, they're not looking at the economics. They don't understand the economics. That's a person that just wants to sound smart and they're trying to be correct. Economics is it's the timeline, and it's all the little things that happen to go in one direction that stack up. Okay? Direct did a lot of bad things. New Stain did a lot of bad things too. Yeah, I know. Isn't that fucking nuts? And dude, Roy Rogers also, they make some great burgers. I love Roy Rogers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I thought I told you to share it. Share it, bud. Share that mother effing link. January link coming up, guys. We need you all in there. Oh, resist, dude. Thank you. Everyone, new collaborator here, okay? We got Resistance Publishing. I'm working on some graphic design, logo, videos for him. Uh, let me just tease it. I gotta just like tease it because um because I like the fucking design so much. Let me get in there real quick. Everyone, you guys got me like doing stuff, and I should be working, right? Because yeah, I'm trying to use my COVID energy but here's the resistance. This is like the main guy. So we're just working together on, yeah, I'm going to help him. I'm going to advise him on moves for crowdfunding, for promoting things himself. But at the same time, though, like, we're going to make the book look as hot and new and amazing as possible. Driven individual here. I'm grateful just to like have his ear and be able to kind of chit chat and everything. Oh my god, I am losing a little bit of my energy, guys. I do apologize. Harry, what's Harry saying? Yeah, there you go. Harry, where have you been all night? I've been waiting for we've been waiting for comments like this all night, dude. No, no, no. This is follower appreciation, okay? So right here, like the name that's scrolling underneath here, this is one of my biggest advocates. He is like Instagram, very good friend of mine. This is me just look getting some practice with COVID. Uh, just drawing this character. Just like giving a little bit of a reason to have a event for Monday night, like a little bit different of a theme. And yeah, dude, like just it's overall just saying thank you, like, and even you, Harry. Like anything like anything you want, like thank you wise, like just let me know if it's within reason. We'll do it. Yeah, you know what? I don't really say that. Look, I think Alex Ross is like Michael Jordan. This might be a little blasphemous, but there were other NBA players ready to inherit Michael Jordan during the time of Michael Jordan, meaning it was such like a high volume era. I think if Alex Ross isn't being Alex Ross, I feel like the industry is small enough to adopt a new Alex Ross. Like, like I think there's enough room for one Alex Ross. I think someone will take his place when he retires, if he retires. Yeah, no, dude. Like, look. We this is a part of it. I did reserve some energy today. I am getting a little bit light. I am getting a little bit lightheaded though. Yeah, I know. Well, yes, this is original character, and like we will see this guy in print in 2022. And yeah, this is a part of new characters, new ideas, new initiatives, feeding the fire, stoking the flames, encouraging people to take the risk to complete a comic and shut everything else out in their lives and social media and just get this stuff done. I hope this inspires people also to do that. So Harry, it's a lot of what we talked about last stream. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I got caught. Dude, people, I can't tell you how bad COVID was. How bad it was. I couldn't sleep. I it was like in a feverish, like Jacob's ladder dream. Dude, it was really bad, but it's been like somewhat of a steady recovery since like my initial shock of it. And I haven't been sick in about like 4 years, everyone. Like maybe longer. That is reasonable, Harry. Uh, well, okay, that's a little bit true. I would say my true criticism of Alex Ross, though, Harry, is Alex Ross can't do a fight. He's really bad with action, actually. He's really bad with fights. Like someone getting punched, someone getting thrown. He's kind of bad with that. Like that's his weak spot. Yeah. So we got Resistance has so much happening. I'm so grateful. I love it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Like anecdotally, just through me, like I would say, like just through me, I would say maybe about like 9 people, like got it, like at the same time, and all in like kind of like separate states too. Correct, Harry. Oh, cool. We just got some guys. We got some, dude. I love these regular fucking updates, man. You guys are. Here we go. We got some. Oh, dude, look at this guy from the Steins. Right over here. Okay, like right here. Through the miracle of the web. Right over here. Look at that though. That fucking guy. Look at. I love those. That spiky helmet. Oh, I love it. So good, dude. Congrats so much on this, dude. I even like the design of this girl. I love that design. Really cool stuff. So Harry, you gotta be happy, dude. We're all original new ideas here tonight, Harry. All original. Yeah. I would say like his like his improvision is definitely affected by his references. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, look, can we just focus on like 22 pages in 2022? 22 page book. I'll make a deal with you right now, dude. I will split. I will split printing with you. Okay. If you regularly work with me to get this book done, okay, I'll split the printing cost. Okay. All right, bud. Can't wait. Yeah, like, what was his first like fully painted comic? Was it Uncle Sam? Right. Right. It was U.S. Not U.S. Agent. It was a Vertigo DC book, right? Like non superhero. I do like. Look, I think the ideas and the impression of Kingdom Come is the real impact of Kingdom Come versus like the actual quality of like the guts of those pages. Because it's not like Kingdom Come's like as quotable as something like Miracle Man. Like Miracle Man's quotable. Okay. All right, Harry. Yeah, that's why. There you go. Yeah, dude. Like, there you go. Alternative Comics, a Blood Realm, right over here, everyone. Dude, congrats though. Really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. Hey guys, can I get back to drawing this fucking superhero on a rooftop? Thank you. But no, guys. I mean, no. It's the when it comes to Alex Ross, though, the one book that really that I it was like I was hugging it for months. It's the there's like a compilation of his Dynamite comics covers, which included like the Shadow and Green Hornet and like the Kirby stuff. That book, as far as I know, is still dirt cheap on Amazon Prime. Like I think you can get it for like a couple bucks, and I think it has collectively the very best Alex Ross work, like period. It's when he kind of started experimenting with collages with color. His coloring for some of that is just his choices are, I think, fucking phenomenal. And like he kind of made a bet when he was working with that Dynamite exclusive deal of who he was going to be, like what type of artist he was going to be. During those years, he became like I think he really became Alex Ross at that point. Not during Kingdom Come, not during Terminator, Burning Earth, or Marvels. It was during his Dynamite comics. And do I have it here? Do I have it in arm's reach? I'm sure the last thing Harry wants to see in the stream is Alex Ross. Well, I'm looking. I'm looking now just to upset Harry. But you know what? Side note, people. You know what though? Like, this is what's in arm's reach right now. Let me just grab this. Okay? Because we do talk comics a lot. We talk story, structure, creativity. Okay? Uh start with this. Start with Watchmen. Start with Dark Knight Returns. Okay? Start with Bone, Jeff Smith's Bone, James O'Barr's Crow. Okay? But let this stuff, like, really let this become a what is that actually? Okay. Let this become the reference for you. Okay? Because it's more about story, it's more about panel to panel, it's more about completing a character arc. Okay? The superhero stuff's fun, but Mouse will teach you more about story than most superhero books outside of Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns. Ugh, I can't. I thought I had one. I'm sure when I'm done, I'm going to see it. But I'm looking on my bookshelf now. Son of a bitch. Anyway. I did hear about Cupola bringing... Dude, Cupola blocked me. Fuck him. He blocked me because of... we were busting his balls about something. And I made a good crack and he fucking blocked me. And he would at one time he would retweet me too. He was actually like a, I would say like maybe I was a little bit like on his radar for like, when it comes to like the social media sense. But yeah, look, I would say I think he's lost a little bit of his yearning, of his fire. Are we a little late on Creech? I would say yes. I don't think people can tell me what the fuck the story ever was for Creech, even though he wrote 2 miniseries. Most people don't even know Creech was 2 miniseries. I'm done talking about Creech. I like some of these comments and seeing how you handle it. Well, okay. Challenge accepted, Harry. Yeah. Oh, so we're back there. What's Resistance? Anyone working on an indie book, keep going, never give up. It's hard work, worth seeing the end product finish. It's motivational seeing pencils complete, script colors, and drawing. Yeah, dude, like words to live by. Words to live by there. Oh, okay, everyone. Dark Goddess. Hold up. Let's have a look at Dark Goddess. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think you posted this. I really like that. I look at that angle. Like I said, 90s style. So effing cool. Great angle too. Girl's ass. Fucking dragon. Let's go. Let's fucking go, guys. No. Isn't that the weirdest thing? You think it would. You think this stream would have been canceled or zapped from a satellite just by showing it. Dude, yeah. Coppola, dude, so many of my heroes have blocked me over either making a video about them, like Rob Liefeld and Eric Larson, or just like cordial. Like I never call people names online. Like I'm always nice and cordial, and they just don't like a little bit of the ideas and pushback. Yes, 1,000%. And Danny Mickey's best inking, dude. Mickey with the texturing, and there's like a little bit of splatter. There's shapes. There's like texture within texture on Mickey's inking for Creech. Yeah, and I know this because that fucking book was on my drawing table for a long, long time. And was there like Harry? Do you know was Creech? Was that ever printed as a black and white comic? Like like in addition to? Because I would still like track that down 1,000% to get the black and whites for that. But we want this book, people. We want this personal creation, personal superhero, personal original idea, personal something that we've never seen before happen in 2022. 22 pages in 2022. I think we can do it. I think we can encourage our boy over here to fucking knock it out of the park. And knocking out of the park is completion. Okay? It doesn't mean you're making a fucking Watchmen. It just means we're getting it done. You're getting it done and you're moving on. You're either going to start another one, you're going to pick up a new fucking hobby, you're going to make it the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something, right? But you move on. You move on because it's done. You get that monkey off your back. That's the big fucking deal. And I gotta say thank you for people who tune in with second viewing, second opportunities. All this does pretty well on the streaming aftermarket. So people who find this and kind of just let it play and hang out, thank you also. But we want big ideas in this world. We want to be endless. We want to be relentless. We want to like just have a feeling of excitement when we see a comic. Like I almost feel like sometimes when I talk about like I romanticize the all or nothing days when it comes to comics, I kind of feel like I'm channeling like a hot, like formerly hot housewife doesn't like have sex anymore. Like you're talking about like an era that just doesn't exist. It cannot be like obtained again, and it just needs to fade away. I don't know if that's a good comparison. I think it's fantastic, actually. Yeah, dude, Harry, that's a big, that's like the plane of action because the not even at one time like the page count for Trial by Fire was an absolute battle, and now since I made some of the general editorial changes in what I think that book should be, there's so much more levity when it comes to completing TBF because I can add pages, I can take out pages, I can even add a chapter if I need to. I'm approaching the chapters in TBF the same as like a novel chapter. But yeah, dude, thank you so much, dude, Harry, too. Like all your support means so much. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's not easy. No, I've done videos like that before, dude. Yes, yes. Yeah, dude, like we're doing it, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hold up here. Oh, hold up, Harry. Yeah, I'm going backtracking here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Talking about Creech. Yes, it was the special number one issue and was black and white. Okay. Only the first issue. Okay, dude, Harry, thank you so much for that, dude. Dude, thank you, Harry. I guess I'm going to look for that on the on eBay tonight, dude. Hopefully, I can get it for like a couple bucks. And what happened, dude? Like, almost like the idea of like I guess are all no comics are cheap now from the 90s outside of like uh Ultraverse. Is Ultraverse like the last of the cheap 90s comics? Which is funny because I fucking love Ultraverse. Ultraverse, Ultra Force. Like, sign me up, dude. Like, I'm all for that fucking universe. I think Malibu, people give Malibu zero credit when it comes to being a powerhouse and an influence of the 90s. So, I mean, they were an influence just because they were present. They were like active. They were there. You know, they forced the hand of a lot of their competition because they were, you know, everyone was like in an age of escalation. Really interesting stuff, though. If you look into that side of the comic book history, comic book industry history. Yeah, right. Like, isn't it weird? Like, why? How are these books that people trashed for decades magically valuable? And how are books rising in price if they appear in a MCU movie? The speculation of the Marvel MCU and back issue prices is zero correlation, and it's the absolute riskiest position you can have when it comes to investing. Yeah, dude. Like, I bought 2 books to talk about on stream. I spent like $11 on 2 comics. Blew my fucking mind. Here we go. Ultraverse was awesome. Fucking Marvel ball and competition killed the company. Fairly speaking, Marvel. Wait, you guys want to see something? You guys want? I was going to do a whole thing on this. Maybe we can do it right now. Maybe we can do it right now. Hold up here. Hold up here. Where's? Oh, here it is. Oh my god, everyone. We have a little bit. I just bought these. Hold up. I literally bought them and kind of like I was really debating. Let me see. Is there the other one? Yeah. I was really debating on what to do with these. Marvel tried so hard to integrate Ultraverse into Marvel proper. All of your good Infinity Gem mythology comes from the Black September Ultraverse crossover. But there was some weird stuff that happened. Here's the weirdest thing. Okay? Battle zones. Okay? Is this dry? I was going to fucking kill myself if it wasn't. So, battle zones, this was very similar to, like, this was like Billy Tushy did some of these with Marvel. And they were like, it's a very weird concept. It's hard to, we got Dane Panosian cover here. But this, look all the people listed in here. And some of this, we got Mike Waringo, Carlos Pacello here. But this is a insane publication with very varied quality. We got some good art to bear pieces here of artwork. Okay, the artwork for this John Romita Jr. The artwork here goes high and low, but we have the hitters for Malibu and Marvel drawing Malibu and Marvel crossovers. And most of it's good. Like, it really, I take it back. I think most of this artwork is good. Most of it's commendable. It is a sign of the time. The sign that, look, Silhouette, right? No, Solo. Oh, Silhouette and Psylocke. Like, it's just insane. I bought this for like a couple cents. I think I bought this for like 25 cents. It literally blew my mind. But then, look, I also bought this. Silver Surfer Rune. I think, which is drawn by John Buscema. Okay. This might be the last time Buscema drew Silver Surfer, but I was going to do a presentation on this because this also blew my mind. The mythology in this. See, look, Rune here has all the Infinity Gems. All the Infinity Gems rules and stuff came out of Marvel Malibu. It didn't come out of Marvel proper. And this is like, look, it's a weird. Look at that fucking BWS cover. But this is a weird flip book. It's a weird fucking flip book. So anyway, guys, yeah. So like, what I just want to say, like, yeah, I can put my money where my mouth is when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I'm constantly studying it. I'm not just like talking about it. Yeah, dude, that was just like that was such a hack move. Could you imagine if Jim Lee visited 60 comic shops during COVID versus doing sketches? What if he did both? What if he did a sketch and did an appearance at comic shops? It does. But like, like when it comes to the Black September crossover, they were trying. Like it was like this like collective effort between the two universes and companies. Yeah, dude, a lot of good stuff was lost with that merger. It really was. It really was. Yeah, like in a way, and like so now that's the question: who did it better? I would say Marvel did it way better because there's memorable things from Black September versus what DC did with Wildstorm. Like there's zero, like there's zero, nothing incredible, nothing good came out of any of that on DC's end. Marvel bought out several small publishers. Yeah, cross gen's good. Keep in mind too, guys. Mergers and acquisitions. When companies absorb other companies, they're sometimes absorbing talent, technology, executives, institutional knowledge, or a library. Like those five things, and it's not particularly the comics. It's not exactly the comics. It's the operations of the company and the inventory of the company. So MMA is a part of growing your company. It really is. All right, guys. Let's draw some bracelets here. You guys got me like talking too much tonight and drawing less. So now it's like what should I focus on? Should I focus on drawing or talking? I don't know. Can I do both? Can our boy here handle both? But this is just fun. This is like so again, it's exciting that we're working with just like new ideas and new characters and things people haven't seen before. It's like, geez. You think there would be more of this? You think people would do this more when it comes to utilizing what's available on social media and platforms? But people are so afraid to show off their ideas. And it's like, like no one's going to steal your idea. And if they do, like whatever, like are they going to do it better than you? Most likely not. Dude, I've had characters stolen that ended up in animated fucking movies, like whatever. Like, do I give a shit? No. Does that animated movie suck? Yes. So what does it matter? Like, did I maybe miss a pop of a payday? Like maybe, but it's not even worth effort. It's really not. Even when that happens to you. So if I'm telling you that, like I can bring receipts for that fucking argument. I'm just saying, like, fuck, like just focus on the work. Focus on getting the work done. Oh, here we go. Hold up. Some of them, Harry, come on. Some of them were good, though. Some of them were good. It's such a savage. No, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Marvel absorbed Malibu coloring. I'm pretty sure, you can even chart the quality of Marvel's um, color separations and digital. Like you can spot the transition. Marvel coloring greatly improved with the Malibu acquisition. So I don't know. I would push back against that, Jay Lee. I'm trying to draw on Claw. Chris Saldemeyer, greatest colorist. Saldemeyer 2, number 1 would be Paul Mounts. Paul Mounts did a book called The War, prestige format for issue. Phenomenal. He also colored the Jim Lee Impel 92 X-Men trading cards. His digital stuff, really good. Number 3, Joe Chido from Top Cow and Wildstorm. His purples, Kiko from Extreme Comics. I love Kiko's highlights. Very, very impactful for me. Like, period. I would say single one-offs of people who weren't colorists, like BWS with his Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X. His coloring for that, like the background and the pinks and the greens, I can go pretty hard when it comes to comic book coloring, and that's usually. But Harry, that's a good pushback because of I like talking about coloring. Digital. Yeah, like he did, dude. Like, yeah, Cross Gen had like a museum, full office space. The historically Cross Gen was innovative. They supposedly had an innovative workflow in charting comic book progress. I've always been curious about that. None of that ever like came out afterwards. But supposedly these guys worked in the fucking museum to like inspire them. Yeah, I would say like a chunk of them. A lot of them he did live too, and you can watch Jim Lee do them live. And some of them he was into them, some of them like he just wasn't. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Like, but the thing is though, when you absorb a coloring house, like it's like a lot of those guys are uncredited. Again, like you're absorbing back office staffing, you're absorbing operations. A lot of those names are not even like in comics. You got to look at annual reports for that stuff. Yeah, yeah. And later too, like that was a part of DC acquired Wildstorm for the Wildstorm coloring. Like, yeah, Haberlin's good. Yeah, and Fairchild's good too. Like both of those awesome. Is it like wouldn't you say Fairchild's palette is very close to Joe Chido? I think they're like sometimes that like there was like a couple years where Fairchild and Chido like they were like this, and if you just saw them on the stains and weren't 100% educated, you couldn't been tricked. You couldn't been tricked by either one. Yeah, I mean it's always yeah. Just fuck Jim Lee, right, guys? Come on, like fuck Jim Lee. Oh my god. Harry, you are a fucking animal. But I would say like definitely there's a lot of Jim Lee's current or his lack of I don't know, like lack of action. Like how do we even classify what Jim Lee is is allowing to happen with DC Comics, right? Like, how's that? What do we even call that? What's that term? But it doesn't matter. I don't like it. I don't think it's a. I don't think any of it's long-term business move at all. Jim Lee, I think, is like is he grooming himself, or is he grooming via Warner Brothers to be one of their creative executives, like within WB, right? I think that's gotta be his long play. Like he could very well be a future Michael Eisner, or who's that guy that just left Disney? The guy from ABC, Bob Iger. But I don't think Jim Lee has enough real executive experience. But I think that's a part of his like grooming, though, is to get him that experience for maybe like something else. And it's just sad because Jim Lee's like one of our guys. He's like potentially the greatest, most influential of his generation. Hacked copied as much as he copied fucking John Byrne and George Perez. Right, everyone, we respect that Jim Lee is essentially a John Byrne clone. So that's like the question, dude. Like, I would pick John Byrne X-Men versus Jim Lee X-Men any day of the week. John Byrne's Alpha Flight is better than Jim Lee's X-Men, in my opinion. Not saying that the individual drawing quality isn't like there or argumentative, but like John Byrne drew fucking comics, and that's what I want when I buy a comic. Like, I want a guy fucking drawing comics. Like, I want a comic book. I don't want something that's just not there. That's focused on like either poses or zero storytelling and stuff like that. Like I want a comic book experience, and John Byrne, I think, is the greatest of that in the history of comics. I don't know if there's anyone career-wise, collectively, that comes close next to Jack, next to Kirby. I really don't. I think it's really it's a two-horse race when it comes to the greatest. It's John Byrne versus Jack Kirby. I've said it all. Yeah. Jay, I think that's a solid position. God damn, is he really 61? Jim Lee's really 61? Yeah, we talked about this before, Harry. We are incongruents when it comes to that. Yeah. Silvestri's output during his bi-monthly X-Men run might be the greatest bi-monthly, next to John Byrne with Action Comics and Superman. He had a little bi-monthly run there. Yeah, that's also, dude. I thought like an early David Finch coming on Cyberforce, and the early Michael Turner. Those guys were aping Silvestri pretty well, and again, to like they could trick the untrained eye. I think they could. God damn it, Harry. That's not true, Harry. That's just not true. Yeah. There you go. Oh, jeez, man. I didn't even realize that. Well, maybe I should go easy on. Should I go any easier on Jim Lee? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I just think there's a lot of inaction to his decision making. Like I think he's hurting things long term. So keep in mind, people, we are drawing a cloth spiked tutu right now, because this is what the character design dictates. Hey, you draw a character from the internet. This is what you get. Oh, Harry, you gotta say things I can put up too. But Jim Lee too, right? Jim Lee has what, like 11, 13 children? He's got some insane. He's got like more children than Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. So here we go. So this is like what this right here. You're seeing a lot of Silvestri in these decisions here. The way how I am like almost like breaking up and shadowing the feathers around a solid shape. So like we're kind of like creating a little bit of a halo effect. Silvestri was really good with that. He was good with creating halos within the figure to separate things, and then doing like a very similar but better Mike Mignola, where we fade it into the bottom of the frame, and there's less and less detail. So it's like in focus, out of focus. But yeah, I mean, we're Team Silvestri here. How old is Mark Silvestri? He's got to be in his 60s then, right? Was he older than Jim Lee? I never like really researched and thought about the age of any of the Image guys. I never really did. But I think, I mean, outside of today, right? Harry, do you follow anything that Top Cow does? Like, is Top Cow putting out anything like they used to? Top Cow always was like a good pop for just like they would always have like 1 or 2 books a year where like whoever they paid to do the book would just pop off. And sometimes it would be like creator owned books that they were like publishing. But Top Cow had the legit best looking books, the best looking coloring core for a good run. Good run. Their coloring better than Wildstorm at the time, consistently better than Maximum Press or Extreme. Even though Extreme had individuals that I thought were a little bit better. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh my God. So Silvestri 62, Jim 63. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah. All right. Top Cow's dead to me. Yeah. A porn book? What's the porn book? Yeah, but what's Resistance? What book is that? Dude, Larson's Savage Dragon stuff. I think he's has he. I know I picked up one issue at the comic shop, and it looked like he was backing away from the porn stuff for Larson. Yeah, yeah. I remember Darkness used to have like a compendium that sold out, and that would go for money on eBay for a while. But Cyberforce is tough because Cyberforce, with a lot of those image books, got better, but in year like 3 or 4. Like same as Wildcats. It took Wildcats like 3 years to get. Was it the James Robinson run on Wildcats? That was really like the best. I know people say Alan Moore and Joe Casey, but the James Robinson stuff to me is like the best Wildcats. But later, right? David Wall and David Finch working on Cyberforce. That's the real Omnibuy. Yeah, Savage Dragon is pouring now. Sunstone. Oh, here we go. we got something coming. we got bomb coming from Jay Lee, everyone. There we go. Mark has done Witchblade with a cover to one of the iconic X-Men cover with Witchblade crucified. What? Really? Why? That's so weird. Is he just trying to get attention, like bring attention to Witchblade? Yeah, that's fine, dude. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, dude, like that was image for a lot of people too. Like Spawn, literally, back in the days when I worked in the comic shop, Spawn was really the only image book that would like sell. It really was. We will order like 2-3 copies of Savage Dragon, outside of the reserves, and we might have had like 2 or 3 reserves for Savage Dragon, so 5 copies total. I don't think there's any comic shop other than like a fucking Midtown that orders more than 5 of a Savage Dragon. Even today, I'm sure it's a lot less. My comic shop, the one near my office, literally gets like 1 or 2. That's it. 1 or 2 Savage Dragons. I hit the fucking stand or the rack, the new comic rack. All right. I mean, we got some like atmosphere here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? Like, like that's a good, like that's a position I can get around because, like, the Creech doesn't look like a monster. Like, if you were just to get one of those action figures from like McFarlane, Creech visually doesn't look like an action. Visually, Creech doesn't look like a monster. He's a monster within the story. You know, and that kind of, it's ambiguous a little bit because his face is covered and things like that. But yeah, dude, like he's definitely monsterish. Yeah, it's there. It's creative for sure. Here we go. I know. I really don't like homage covers at all, Harry. I'm with you on that. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, yeah. Wait, hold up. Modern Top Cow is so fancy and sci-fi focused. Yeah, I was looking at their newer stuff and the pales in comparison. Yeah, that's a fucking. How do they make money? No one here can name one Top Cow book that they fucking like love read that's not fucking from the 90s or like 2000s. The fuck? Now people are gonna get me upset. Here we go. So we we want the leg to be like broken up a little bit into the fog or the mist that's coming up around him. And keep in mind too, like I'm purposely doing like insanely thin calves and ankles to mimic a little bit of the early Rob Liefeld Deadpool proportions, which Mr. Liefeld too recently just like abandons. He doesn't. Rob Liefeld doesn't even like. And I've always been a Liefeld supporter. I really have. Um, he's just like he's too proportional now, though. I like the dirty fucking proportioned Liefeld. I like it when it's, I don't know, it feels wrong just to look at his shit sometimes. But now it's just like, it's like passe, seems lazy. I guess it's also someone old trying to get that young money. Makes it kind of funny. Yeah, Top Cow, in my opinion, even though I do give a lot of attention to Wildstorm, Wildstorm paled. Wildstorm really paled to a lot of the stuff Top Cow was doing. Paled. And I really thought there was a long time that they were chasing just the cool factor, the momentum. Like Wildstorm never had a cool factor. Fucking Top Cow did. There was just something cool about Top Cow. No, and that's a little bit of that like intangible stuff that we talk about. That's a little bit of what made like that. That's what makes Spawn Spawn. That's what makes Spawn fucking cool. You can't explain why Spawn is cool. You just can't. And I think McFarlane is just oddly chasing that fucking nut with, like, what's McFarlane doing? Just all Spawn-ish titles? Like, who wants that? Spawn should have ended with issue 100. Should have ended with issue 100. I thought it was a really good 100 issue arc. I thought it probably could have been one of the best 100 issue arcs ever in comics at that point. So we're going to do like additional, maybe like off camera. There'll be additional like some whiteout effects, some additional texturing with whiteout pens to like kind of again do more movement to cut some of these lines up, do some slight corrections, maybe like with this finger here, like angle it a little bit better, stuff like that. Yeah, and like you could kind of make that argument. What was that one like Celtic book drawn by Brandon Peterson? That fucking book was so goddamn cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, we're talking about him. Are we talking about him right here? Yeah, yeah. But they also got like they got a lot rolling. Here we go. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Also, a young Tyler Kirkman eventually doing Strike Force, and Tyler Kirkman did a was it Darkness Superman crossover that was fucking pretty goddamn cool. Well written too. That might have been written by David Wald too. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dude. Like another name down the memory hole here, Jay. Top Cow had better writers. Okay, we're catching up here. Yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people still want it. He is, but is he though? Like so much of it, I just think is just manufactured. Who's really excited for Spawn books? Like who? No one. Medieval Witchblade, yeah, yeah. But I thought he did like a like a Celtic, like a it was like his own book. I thought he had his own book for a while at Top Cat. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Um, but Peterson is legit force of nature. He went to video. Is he still in video games? I thought he went to games. It is sad the amount of talent comics lost to just video games. At least back in the day, you would lose talent to Hollywood, but that was such a rare thing. Yeah, like you would kind of like maybe animation absorbed more people in like the early '80s, but video like the bigger the video game industry got through the '90s, it just fucking it just collects everyone. Like everyone just works in video games, except for me. I wouldn't be. I would probably work on a IT level for sure. So, what do you guys think? Yeah, here we go. Pearson update. Pearson update. Pearson went back and forth between Dooms Pearson on Dooms 4, or maybe I thought not Panosian. I thought Pacella. Pacella was on Dooms 4. But you know what's awesome in Dooms 4? Rob Liefeld did those 4 variant like interconnecting covers. Oh, I always wanted those. I always wanted those. I know. Doesn't that suck? Resistance. Fuck that. Fuck it. We want crazy proportions in comics. Yeah, usually new creative team, granted. Yeah, yeah. It's he'll never get this, dude. Did you guys see the Michael Jai White where he's like clowning on McFarlane when McFarlane told him of his like new Spawn movie idea, and Michael Jai White's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, why would you not put Spawn in the Spawn movie?" Yeah, it's McFarlane is working something though. That's cool, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, McFarlane, dude, even on my podcast, like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe on like the third or fourth episode, we talked about how McFarlane's Spawn movie is never going to get made through Blumhouse, Jason Blum's company, because the things he says just don't fucking like, they don't seem real. They seem contrived. Yeah, if the movie, like, Harry, you're pretty cynical and kind of like on point with stuff. Like, the movie's not greenlit. There's no money. There's no budget. I don't know why anyone would want him to direct it. I would think that would be a deterrent to get the movie made. Um, like, fucking let people do their job. You're not a film director. I get it. He directed Do the Evolution, right? And he did one for who's it? What's the other music video he did? God damn it, I forget. What's that one band? Korn. He did another one. Yeah, yeah. Oh, here we go. I agree, dude. It would be, like, wouldn't you think? Isn't this like a little bit like a George Lucas thing, where George Lucas did nothing but talk about making small movies when he was done Star Wars, and then he's done with Star Wars and just like does nothing, did nothing for 20 years between Star Wars like sequels. Wouldn't you think that by now McFarlane would have created thousands of titles, not just characters, titles, thousands of them? If you can raise $1 million plus for one action figure, you can't take 20K from that and make a new fucking book, get a new creative team for 20, 35K from that $1 million. Makes no fucking sense. Yeah, dude, I don't know, Harry. You're way too much of a McFarlane disciple, dude. I don't know, like, he's disrupted. No, he pivoted from a very comfortable, amazing vision in 2009, transformed his toy company into a standard toy company. Okay, like, he innovated like plastic statues, but when the financial crisis happened, he lost his sales, lost a lot of his licensing, pivoted into a boring action figure company, got destroyed by NECA. Okay, NECA took a ton of his talent. Randy Falk, the creative director of NECA, like, will go on and on about this. Um, I don't know. I think he's done interesting things, but he didn't disrupt movies. Like, he let guys that got kicked out of Lucasfilm, literally kicked out of Lucasfilm for partying in George Lucas's office, make the Spawn movie. I don't know, dude. The best thing about the Spawn movie, John Leguizamo and the soundtrack. I would not call him a disruptor. I really, outside of like doing what he did in comics. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. He's just been like running a standard toy company, and when it comes to, I think, the creativity and a lot of the licensing, NECA, uh, really, they hijacked a lot of McFarlane's talents, their direction, their protocols, their procedures. Um, like, and they out McFarlane for sure. NECA did, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand that. No, like, what has he exactly disrupted? He's not um it's 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 a plug and play toy company at this point. When you're disrupting an industry, you're finding avenues to create revenue that other people never knew existed. Okay? That's a disruptor. Yes, he was. Yeah, no, no, no. That's not true. That's not true. No. The animation changed zero game. It was 3 seasons, 6 episodes a season, not enough volume to change anything. If the animation was so influential, I'm not saying it wasn't good. The first season was good. I mean, no one could. There's name one standout episode of all 3 seasons of Spawn animated. Okay, there's no standout episode. Okay, if it was so influential, who copied it? How long did they copy it? That never happened. Okay. And it was buddied with Ralph Bakshi's Spicy City, which kind of at the time was getting a little bit more attention than Spawn. Even though Spawn did get some, like, it got some awards, but what else was it in competition with for those awards? Oh, dude, you are such a McFarlane head. I do love it. You're talking to a guy, too, that has, I mean, I got the Todd Father right here. Okay. So I'm talking with some authority. Harry loves McFarlane, dude. We found Harry's weakness, everyone. Well, I don't know. I mean, McFarlane, yeah, I mean, like, look, whatever. He could have also distanced himself. But then look, we forget that Spawn was a part of this like bigger flow of movies like The Matrix, Blade, The Crow, Equilibrium, Dark City. Okay, all of those movies, 100 times more of a visionary work than Spawn ever was. Spawn could equally have been another Crow movie. Okay, we have to consider that. I'm not saying he's disrupting the tour industry. I said he's disrupted past tense. Okay, yes. Sorry, Harry. Maybe I missed you saying that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude, I get it, dude. Like McFarlane is there. Like of all the Image guys, he's still there. Like he's there. Liefeld's there. I don't know where everyone else is when it comes to the Image 7. Valentino might just be on like life support. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. At least McFarlane didn't turn Spawn into a fucking porn book, though, right? We can all be grateful for that, guys. Yeah, and look, I know this is a little bit unpopular, but I'll go even as far to suggest that Image Comics and the Image 7 did more harm for comic books than good. I think it did more harm because it made a generation of creators afraid to give their creations away or to create for their contractor, to create for a corporation. And that is something that really came back to hurt comics, was not enough original characters. Like a lot of the original characters completely dried up in comics. And we do have Image, the success of Image, to thank for that. But no one kind of wants to talk about the disinterest of Image, the really like the fall of Image Comics. The idea that Image Comics did dry up, like the Pit moved on, fucking Liefeld moved on, Witchblade attempted TV series, Spawn attempted everything franchise. Like Spawn fucking failed to become Image's quote unquote Mickey Mouse, as McFarlane used to say. I don't know. Image made people paranoid to create for the big two. How about how you guys like them apples? Yeah, I agree with that. Rob is gone. Yes, no, resistance, dude, 1,000%. This is why a lot of second generation companies fail. McFarlane has already said none of his relatives are interested in what he's doing. Yeah. Let's look at the number on it. It better be number 69, bud. Oh, cool. Look at that coloring, though. That coloring is so fucking tight. Jay Lee just sent this to me. This is fucking cool. 1 of 500. Wow, wait, you this is 1 of 500 and you own it, Jay Lee? How'd you get 1 of 500? Like, this is cool though. Like, but he doesn't like this is like every once in a while McFarlane is like this cool. Like when he draws. Every once in a while. He's too proportioned now. All right. Well, everyone, I think let me see. I wanted to kind of fix this finger. And I don't know. See, like, yeah, so maybe that. So I don't, maybe we can get away with a little bit of some pen work here. Like we'll bring up the knuckle. We'll bring it down into the hand, a little bit more shape. Then I'll just white out around here. But hey, dude, I used to get off of work, like rush home with a fucking cassette tape and fucking tape the Spawn HBO show. Like, I'm original OG, like Spawn head. Like, original. Hey, dude, how'd you get. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna be getting off of here soon. Just no joke, I am a little bit foggy, lightheaded. I really haven't been eating, so my energy is really low. The anime series is one of my first like that. American, yeah, American wise, yeah, but it's still pale to anime. Rob was the first one to leave. Yeah, Kai, he pulled a Nixon, left before he could get fired for Maximum Press. Maximum Press was formidable for a stretch. It's going to be cool. Harry's just trying to piss me off. Harry, I know what you're doing. Yeah, dude. Okay. I love Harry. Never doubt the Todd father. I think there's so much sarcasm in that, Harry. Yeah. Oh wait, so you got sent that hold up here. I'm trying to. Oh wait, real quick, guys. Just so you know, while we're working on cool shit, this is what Marvel's doing right now. This is the new Warpath. This is the Warpath we grew up with. Okay, this, everyone, this is why we fight. All right, I gotta get going. I think I have to take a couple pills, decompress, maybe eat some food, get a little bit of coffee in me. Guys, cheers. I have some water left. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you so much. Look in my social media for completed updates on Blue Crescent right here. Or Crescent Blue. I'm sorry, Crescent Blue. I love you guys. Goodbye.